welcome to our installment of our One Albuquerque Awards and our Volunteer of the Month Awards. And thank you all for coming. You know, first and foremost, we want to try and showcase, but also invite friends and family of people who are doing amazing things in our city. And to City Hall, and to just take a moment to recognize all the efforts that you've put in to make our city a special place. And we know, look, we have a lot of challenges in our city, but part of this program, which we've now been doing for, I think, almost 6 years, is about making sure that we also tell the individual stories of everyone who helps each other, who demonstrates that One Albuquerque spirit on an everyday basis. And so I want to thank everyone for being a part of this today. So we have lots of honorees, and so I'm going to touch on each of them, but we'll kind of go in sort of order of the entity that did different things. So I'll explain. My point is, we're going to start with some UNM students. And so these are the recipients of our One Albuquerque Award. And this takes us to a faraway place called Italy. And so our students were there and some faculty. And Joseph Candelaria and Don Gerasner. Let me just check. Where's Don? Close? Okay. All right. And Aaron Dibble. They're graduate students at the Anderson School of Business, and they were participating in an academic residency in Italy, and they were faced with a life or death situation. One of the faculty members who was leading the trip suffered a life-threatening emergency but survived, all thanks to their rapid response. And essentially what they did is life-saving CPR for over 20 minutes, which also, if any of you have either done this or even done the training, it's very hard to do CPR that long. And it saved a life. And so we are forever grateful for that. And what a tremendous example of bravery, but also of teamwork in a situation where things could have gone so much worse. And so thank you for preventing the loss of life. And so let's honor them. So Don and Joseph and Aaron, if you want to come on up, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have absolutely, we have a certificate for you, and sometimes these aren't quite in order, so I'm just checking to make sure. Here, Aaron, right, there you go. That's for you. And we also have some One Albuquerque pins for you.
Thank you.
And you don't have to, but if you want to share a little bit about what happened, you're welcome to. That's up to you guys.
You want to?
Without really sharing what happened, I could say
You
that.
might as well stand in front of it. There you
Without
go.
really sharing too much about what happened, I could say that I'm both proud, humbled, and honored to be with my colleagues here. But the entire 2023 cohort got together and really, in a difficult time, came together and made a bad situation better and gave someone an opportunity to be with their family. So I'm humbled and to be next to these two ladies who did a phenomenal job, and everyone in our cohort who worked hard to do it. So thank you for recognizing this, but I want to acknowledge everyone that helped to do that and make this a positive experience from a difficult situation.
Very much so. I think I agree with Joe. I would say is where some of us work more on the backside, some are more on the front side, and Joe was, as a retired fire chief, is very much in the front line and was outstanding at relaying information back and forth to the family that was present and coordinating what needed to happen, because when these happen, everybody panics and you still have to get the paramedics up and you're in another country speaking another language. There's challenges. So you did an amazing job really coordinating and sharing information. So
Thank you.
they rock. These two are amazing.
Yeah.
Glad to be
Thank you,
part of
guys.
the group.
I agree. Yeah, they were, and we had a great team, very calm.
Yeah.
Dawn and I are nurses, so it feels
Wow.
almost odd to
Yeah.
get this because this is what we do.
Great team right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously not every day, thankfully, outside of the hospital. But yeah, our professor was very fortunate, and we were very
Very
fortunate.
fortunate.
Yes.
So happy outcomes.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it. Wow. I just love that the folks around happen to be nurses and firefighters too. So credit to the profession as well. Well, we want to change gears a little bit to our volunteer of the month, but we're gonna stick with UNM as our transition here to a person that I think more people know in Albuquerque than perhaps any other person who's not like a newscaster or something like this. And it's Stacy Sacco. He is the most networked person by far and away in Albuquerque. I would venture for his efforts not only with students but for all his connections throughout the business community. Every time I see him, he's instantly whipping out, here's my database of 1,000 contacts you need to call tomorrow. And I'm just like, oh my, he doesn't say call tomorrow, but that's how it makes me feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many people I've got to meet. And so, Stacy, you're truly a treasure for our city. And so we're grateful, of course, in your role at UNM. But you're passionate about elevating entrepreneurs, about students, but also about connecting people. And I think, I also love that you understand metrics. So I think the last number I heard was 15,000 people, in the last decade you've connected in one way or another. That is awesome. And so thank you for all of your work, and we want to honor you as our volunteer of the month. But you're the volunteer every single day connecting people. So congratulations, Professor.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and feel free to
come up here?
come on up, yeah, and share a few words. Yep, we got you.
Thank you so
Your
much.
name right there, and there's a pin for you. That's a nice one.
Well, I have, somebody told me that this was your pin. I'd seen you at something, so I called your jeweler and had one made for you. So I wanted to thank you. Yeah, I have a couple of my students here today and my family. I love that old saying about you're only as strong as your weakest link, but I'd like to change it. You're only as strong as your strongest links. And I've got a whole bunch of strong links, and look at all the strong links that are here in Albuquerque. And because they've inspired and supported me throughout my life, my brother, my sister, Laryl, Alyssa, Val, etc. Just you're part of what makes me who I am, and especially my wife, who's really supported me in everything I've done. And the second thing I wanted to just say real quickly is I want to thank you that one of your first talks you ever gave, I always would hear, well, we're going to be the next Phoenix, we're going to be the next Austin. And you came out of the blue and said, well, we don't want to be a better Austin. We want to be the best Albuquerque we can be. And I thought, oh, he's got my vote.
Thanks, man.
So thank you very much.
I love it. Thanks for
Thank you.
remembering that. Congratulations. And good to see. I know some of your family here too, so it's great to see family as always. And if you need your car fixed, we can do all sorts of different networking right here that Stacy can organize. Advertisement in a magazine, we got it. We're good. Anyway, well, thank you so much, Stacy and family. So next, we want to talk a little bit about our volunteers through our foster grandparent program. And some folks have been here in this through a couple of different iterations. But if you think a little bit about, too, networking, but also family. And so we talked about the family that you have here today, but it's amazing in Albuquerque. This is one of the few cities in America where we have this amazing sort of family building, connecting, intergenerational program. And it's also not new. We've been doing this for like 40, 50 years through our Senior Affairs Department and through the Foster Grandparents Program. But every generation, of course, has its own connection. So right now there's a set of folks who are being foster grandparents, and there's a set of children and teenagers that they work with. And of course that evolves. So 4 years from now it'll be a different set. But it's one of the fundamental ways in which we intergenerationally continue to support our families in Albuquerque. And we know, too, as New Mexicans, I always laugh, but family is a little bigger deal here than most other places. It just is. It's amazing. We just assume that we're going to be with our cousins-in-laws, our, uncles, maybe, through a different marriage, and we're all together for Christmas and Easter, and we're taking care of each other when we're in a time of need. Whether it's a situation that might be around, addiction or some of those more dangerous situations, also just growing old, or kids who, maybe their parents are both working, or maybe they have one parent and they need someone else in their life who's indirectly related or just playing that role. That's what the foster grandparent program is all about. It's filling the role when there isn't one naturally occurring at home. And so it's a wonderful program, and we're going to honor here today Denise Coriz, Arturo Percella, and Rosemarie Chavez. Hopefully I got those names remotely right. We're going to honor your work here today, and I'll just speak a little about what you've done through this. The dedication you have also to help academically and have a little fun and gain confidence with others. And so Denise serves as a member of our Foster Grandparent Program Advisory Council and consistently volunteers at her church. Arturo is a minister and provides counseling and support to his community. And Rosemary has led a life in education, including teaching at APS, and makes it a point to recruit others to be foster grandparents, which is probably one of the best callings we have in the foster grandparent program, is to keep it going for the next set. So I want to thank all of you for your commitment to the foster grandparent program, and we'd love to hear a few anecdotes. If you want to come on up, we'd love to hear from you. There you go. So let's see. Denise? All right. And Arturo. There you go. That's for you. And if you'd love to share a few words, you're welcome to or not.
She's good at it.
I'm a pin. Like the Ten Commandments? Yeah, that's why you're a minister.
Ten Commandments. Well, I've been in this program 12 years. That's why I asked Teresa, because I didn't know how many years, but I love it. I raised 7 of my own grandkids. They were 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 when my first wife died, and I raised them all. So I love kids, and I go at Cocha T Elementary here on Rio Grande, and I've been on several schools. I was at Barelas, I was at all over the city. I've been on this program 12 years, like I said, and I was at Regional, but they closed it down, so they put me at Cibola. And I love kids. I grew up with kids, and they all love me. I'm with the 3rd graders. All the little girls fall in love with me, and they play, and I play basketball with them. And the girls say, "We want Grandpa on our side." So I play football, and I just love kids. I love them, and I have 2 kids that I take care of that have trouble. So when I'm in there, they give me these 2 kids, and I teach them how to read and how to spell and how to do, and they're getting better and better as we go through the year. But I love to help everybody, and especially kids, and I'm honored to be in this program. And I lost my 2 wives, but I'm still there by myself. But I get all the fullness that I need, the void that was there with these kids, and I love to share with them. And the same with Denise and my sister. We all do the same thing, and we just love to be there all year round. We're from 7:45 to 2 in the afternoon, all year round with those kids, and they get to love us. They tell us, "Grandpa, I love you, Grandpa," and I tell them the same thing. But they get so close to us. My 7 grandkids are already 2, so these are all my little grandkids that I feel that I need to be there for them, to support them and help them, and just make them get better and better. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, I've been a foster grandparent for 12 years. I've been on the board for the foster grandparents. I didn't go back this year because of my health, but I will go back when I get better. And like Arturo says, kids are wonderful. They call you, my name is the school grandma. So you get used to those little kids, teaching them. I've had a few that really were bad, but you work with them. You do. You gotta have patience. I raised 7 kids of my own, so I know what it is to have children. So, but you guys, so when you get older, try it. You'll like it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing your story also with myself and with each other and with the city. And what an inspiration for folks to know that there's so many ways to help out, whether it's being ready in a time of emergency with CPR training. I should plug the Heart Start training that I think is happening this Saturday or next Saturday too. Thank you, this Saturday, UNM football field. Or it's connecting people. Whether it's for friendship or for career development or for entrepreneurship, or it's connecting across generations. Thank you for demonstrating that one Albuquerque spirit. So we're going to wrap things up. We do, if you want to check out kind of inside the mayor's office and stuff, Doug is going to lead tours. I'll tell you, I mean, there's some good artwork, but it's not anything incredible. So if you also want to head out, that's fine too. But thank you so much for being here today and for all you do for Albuquerque. Thank you.